All right, hello everybody. Well, uh, this here is, believe it or not, an SKS. It is. We're gonna do a quick safety. You see, nothing in the magwell, nothing in the barrel, and the weapon is on safe. I'm gonna set up the camera for just a quick second. I'm gonna flip this thing over so you can get a better look. But anyway, this is the Shernic Gunworks bullpup stock for the SKS. It's been a little while getting this. I ordered it back in November of 2010 and just got it in February of 2012. So about a year and a half waiting for this thing. We're going to take a closer look at this. Main thing is assembly. Assembly, well, what can I tell you, folks? Assembly is not the hardest thing I've ever done, nor is it the easiest. Main thing, it took about 5 hours from beginning to end. Mainly because, first off, you have to disassemble the original stock and the weapon and so forth. Oh, yeah, by the way, some of this stuff I did months in advance. Oh. Get a little more cord. This is the where the front sight assembly used to be, and that's, I won't say easy to take off, but it's not terribly too hard. Mainly there's a pin here and a pin here, and you just got to get a punch set with a hammer and just knock out the pins. And then when you knock out the pins, take your hammer to where the front sight hood is. And at least on this weapon, I would say moderate force. It eventually came off, but yeah, you did have to give it a little power to get the front sight assembly off there. Yeah, that's like the bayonet lug too. So let's talk about some of the good things. One, and we'll go to the top rope here, as they say in wrestling. You have a stock that is the same length of like a AR-15 or an M4. So you have a 30-inch overall length with a 20-inch barrel. Okay? So that is terrific. You get 20-inch accuracy with a 30-inch overall. Pretty good. Another thing is, I do like the trigger assembly. Trigger assembly is pretty good too. Just a few things I don't like. Well, first off, if you notice these areas here, I was supposed to get a tri-rail, and that should be, according to Shernic, coming in the next few weeks. They originally said that the stock would be ready in, was it 6 weeks, 6 months? Long story short, year and a half. So I'm expecting to see these probably in months instead of weeks, as they say. Of course, I'm supposed to get an extended magazine release for this as well. And all that is going to be kind of just a part that you just pop on there, and when you're in the middle of a magazine change, you can just do that. Pretty much, if you think about this, when you break down your SKS, over here where you see the fine company logo there from SG Works, it's going to be the trigger assembly. Then there's a bar, pretty much a trigger bar that connects from there to the new trigger, and that's going to be how down the gun works. Amazingly, I thought that was going to be the hardest part of this assembly, was going to be fooling around with the the trigger. It is actually not as bad as you think it is. It's fairly easy compared to filing down some of this stuff. Now, right here, this is the upper handguard. And if you guys on your SKS have a with the gas tube assembly cover, handguard, whatever the sexy term is nowadays, there should be a, at least on the bottom part, you have to fit that in to file that in, that area. And there's also another part, I want to say like right about here, that you have to file down too. Main thing is everything about this is got very tight tolerance. I mean, I would say the hardest part of this assembly had to be this stupid upper handguard. Why do I call it stupid? Well, I got four. First off, the scene has hex screws. Okay? Why couldn't they get Phillips head? Why couldn't it all be machined for Phillips head? Come on, guys. So everything's on hex. Alright, no problem. Yeah, we'll adapt, we'll overcome, we'll improvise. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm also rocking a Tasco red dot. I have been using that for about a year, and I'm fairly happy with it. But again, once you put it on this, if you notice, it's a little higher up than where your SKS used to be. Because I used to have a accessory gas tube cover here, Tasco, no, Tapco, excuse me, Tapco rail for the gas tube. Of course, that's higher, so that means you're going to have to sight it in. Either that's another excuse to go shooting or to buy ammo, or if you're smart, you'll get just a bore sighter for about 15 bucks off Amazon, which I now have on order. But anyway, I don't really like these because I already found a factory defect, and that is going to be, I'm not sure if you guys could see that, but during the assembly process, a bushing popped out. And now I got pretty much a bad screw. I'm going to have to, I've tried forever to get that thing out. I'm just going to have to take a Dremel and just shear off the head, and I'll get by with 7 screws holding that on. So it's not like too bad, so sad, but shernic, come on guys. I think you could have done a better job, but you know what? Overall, I am happy with this project. It was worth the wait. And real quick, I will show you, this has a cross-bolt safety right here. Of course, white, you're unsafe. And for you shotgun folks, red, you're dead. So we will. Now, one interesting thing about this is you're able to continue to use your stripper clips. I have not taken this out shooting yet. I just finished putting the stock assembly together, and the only function test I've done is with the trigger and, you know, of course, with the bolt. So I know at least the trigger goes and the bolt goes. Okay. But on your last shot, this door should open on your last shot. And that's why you're able to put your stripper clips, like usual, through here, if you had the fixed magazine. I'm going to rock out to some Tapco detachable 20 rounds. And some folks even have a drum, the SKS drum. I haven't really been a fan of those drums, but if you got one, try it out, make a video, and see if it works for you. So anyway, very happy to just have this. I guess one more thing I can show you is now if you're wanting details about how's it assembled and how long, well, it took 5 hours, but I'm not going to get too much into the assembly process because frankly I just don't feel like tearing this thing down, but I am going to have to go back in here and square away that bushing that popped out. Not happy. I haven't talked to Shernic yet, but you know, I'm going to wait till I at least stick it out to fire before I do that, because you never know what else can happen. So you got one complaint, then you have 2 complaints. You might as well just do all your testing and then get her done. Sling attachment. You still have the original. You still have the original sling attachment here. Okay. And I'm sure when I get my tri-rail, there'll be additional things I could do over here. So far right now, all I would have is this ring right here, which connects this pin to the rear. You know, that little cotter pin's holding pretty much that in. Okay. So over here, I don't necessarily want to mess around, say, right where the logo is, but you could probably screw in a sling hook right here. Probably better yet here. I'm more of a fan of the of over the shoulder, not necessarily of a one. On this particular gun, I wouldn't suggest doing a 1-point, but again, that's my personal preference. Some of you 1-pointers out there would probably argue with me. But anyway, so 100 and I think altogether shipping and stuff was $179 for the stock, and I say it's well worth it. Right now, I think they're $200 starting. Still about $14 shipping, so you're probably looking at $214 if you're able to order right now. And I would say your wait would probably be shorter actually now, because so many people got tired of waiting, they just stopped buying. So now they finally caught up with production. I don't work for Shernic. I'm not a spokesman, but I would say that it would probably be, if you were able to order this today, probably 6 months to 1 year, possibly sooner. But you know, guys, during that year and a half, there's many times I wanted to give up and just get a Tapco, you know, stock, and I'm glad I did it. I am so glad I didn't, because this thing is going to rock out. I can't wait to take it out shooting, and I really do thank you for watching. 13 minutes, maybe a little too long on video, but I think for anybody who's interested in buying one of these, they need to know about the assembly process. This will take you, this is going to be a good afternoon, so if you got a weekend afternoon, instead of watching a game, you might go ahead and sit down at a bench and take care of this. It is a fantastic stock. I can't wait to take it out and shoot it, and I welcome your comments, and thank you for watching once again.